will start the Horry County regular council meeting for July 14th on time so we can finish on time. And we'll start the way we always do by an invocation and a pledge of allegiance. If I can get everybody to please stand, we will do something just slightly different tonight. Before we have the prayer, which will be done by Mr. Crawford, I would ask everybody to have a moment of silence for Senator Lindsey Graham. Thank you.
Dear gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time together. We thank you for the ability to be here tonight to discuss issues that are important to the county. I pray that you would give us the wisdom to make the right decisions, to keep the public in mind, to keep the welfare of our community in mind. Lord, I just ask that you would allow us, as you say in your word, to abide in you. Help us to hold that close to our hearts as we move forward with these proceedings. Please watch over our public safety personnel as they're out there protecting our community. I lift this prayer up to you, and I ask for it right now in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Attention to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Next up is public input, and we've had 3 people sign up for tonight, and we'll get started with the first one. Before we start, I think everybody that signed up has been here before, but just a quick refresher of the rules. We have this wonderful clock system here. By rule, it's limited to 5 minutes only, but the clock will be green, go, 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 yellow, 1 minute left, wind up, red, stop. Be professional. This is a professional venue. We like to have fun, but we got a lot of business to do tonight. We want to hear from you, and if we can have where we can hear you, it'll be better for us, because I know you want us to hear what you're saying. So, all right, we'll start off with Belinda
Marowitz.
Yes, ma'am. That's what I was going to say.
Hi there. My name is Belinda Marowitz. I'm with Kindkeeper Animal Rescue, and I know that we have a problem here with the overpopulation of spaying and neutering here in our county. I know you have been talking about getting a spay and neuter van. I do have one that is brand new that I had just purchased. I am having complications finding a vet, so I would love to partner up and help you guys out if you can help me find a vet to help the community with getting spay and neuters done here, either low cost or for nothing. I will take on all that responsibility and not ask for any help doing that. Next, I know I get a lot of phone calls every day on people moving. We have all these builders coming in and building, and none of them are being animal friendly. If we can have those places now be animal friendly and not have a limit and a breed restriction or a weight size, I think that might help cut our population down a little bit also. I know we're building the college out in Clemson. If those vets can take on some of the responsibilities when they graduate of doing 2 or 3 animals per month for nothing to help get the population under control here in our area, it's just, we're all overloaded and don't have room for everything. And we also need low cost. A lot of the people getting rid of their animals are in a low cost situation. We do have a food bank, so we do give food to a lot of the people to keep their animals in their house. But again, the housing situation and all of that also plays a part in it. If we can all work together, our vets here, I know, are few to none. I don't have any vets that help us out at a reasonable discounted price. We do deal with the county, just now opened back up 2 rescues, but we do need more vets and more help in our field. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming out. Okay. All right, we'll move right along. Tandra Hodum, is that right?
I wanted to talk about the changes that have been made in recent years to scenic and conservation areas and how these changes allow the development of sensitive lands that were previously recognized as important for conservation and unsuitable for development. Scenic landscape and conservation areas were previously explicitly protected from any development in the envisioned 2025 plan, but now developers are allowed to turn the lands classified as scenic and conservation on the future land use map into major multi-residential developments. For example, the Ryan Stone Ridge townhomes on McCormick Road in District 8 have already been partially constructed in an area designated as scenic and conservation on the future land use map. Right next to the Socastee Creek, a large forested area was clear cut to build these townhomes. I can't find details of what exact ecologically significant features were destroyed in this process. And even if they have managed to avoid filling the wetlands that are in that parcel by designating that as open space, it still removed a vital habitat for wildlife along what is recognized as the Socastee Greenway and a wildlife corridors draft. Horry County's envisioned 2025 plan stressed the importance of protecting highly valuable natural areas from any use that could undermine their ecological function. Scenic landscape and conservation areas were defined in the 2025 plan as lands that, quote, provide ecosystem services such as Carolina Bays, wetlands, areas of rare or endangered plants and animal species, wildlife habitats, pristine forests, floodplains, and agricultural lands with above average soil qualities. Not only do these lands serve a natural function, clean air, water, flood control, they also provide recreational opportunities for the public, end quote. So prior to the enactment of the Imagine 2040 plan, Horry County's definition of scenic and conservation areas in the 2025 plan made it clear that, quote, the future land use map indicates scenic landscape and conservation areas provide for ecosystem services and are intended to remain undeveloped in perpetuity due to the presence of ecologically significant features, end quote. So Webster's dictionary defines perpetuity as the quality or state of being perpetual, defines perpetual as continuing forever, everlasting, valid for all time. The Envision 2025 plan set forth a desire to ensure that these areas specifically recognized as ecologically significant were safe from development forever, and then the Imagine 2040 plan removed that explicit protection of these areas, and scenic and conservation areas are now recommended for limited development. If developed, design should use low-impact design principles to support environmental preservation and avoid natural hazards. Subdivision of land into lots less than 5 acres in size for new development is discouraged. Yada, yada. Information may be presented to the Planning Commission to be considered for uses other than those defined within the recommended land use list or described development pattern. So based on this new language, these areas are being sanctioned for development outside of the recommended land usage, which is leading to multi-residential development and rezoning in sensitive lands, like the proposal for the parcel owned by Star Bluff Properties LLC, which I don't have time to get into. And the county's priorities of allowing overdevelopment in certain areas don't really reflect the community's priorities or the state's recognized priorities. On May 18th, 2026, Governor Master signed into law the South Carolina Protected Lands and Conservation Coordination Act, which recognizes conservation of natural resources as an important state interest and establishes a statewide protected land benchmark and the long-range goal of the state to increase protected land to 7 million acres by the year 2050. It encourages agencies to support conservation through planning, grant program administration, land management, voluntary landowner partnerships, and activities that contribute to the establishment of protected land, and also recognizes that continued growth and rapid land development in South Carolina place increasing pressure on natural resource preservation and have affected the health of the state's streams, rivers, wetlands, water quality, wildlife habitats, and working lands, all which impact the quality of life of the state's current and future citizens. So I'd like to ask the county to consider removing the new language that allows for the development of scenic and conservation lands and amending the Horry County's Imagine 2040 plan to restore the language that scenic and conservation areas on the future land use map are intended to remain undeveloped in perpetuity due to the presence of ecologically significant features. This would align with the state of South Carolina's recognized interest in conservation of natural resources, the state's long-range goal of increasing protected land, and with the community's vision that has been continuously expressed at public hearings and rezoning meetings of a county that isn't irresponsibly overdeveloped. And I'm able to imagine what Horry County would look like in the year 2040 if the county continues to allow development in scenic and conservation areas and doesn't set explicit boundaries for overdevelopment to protect South Carolina's natural resources and assets, and it's not a pretty picture.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out. Just to remind everybody here and everybody at home that this is the public input is for the public, and we want to hear what you have to say. It's not a question and answer session. It's not a going back and forth, because we just want to hear from you. There's a mechanism out there, and most of the people, by the time they come to this podium, they've already availed themselves to the systems that we have. They've talked to their council member, they've talked to a staff member, and we've worked with them. And we want to hear from you. We're glad to hear from you, but just want to remind everybody that's what we're doing here. We have one more person that signed up, and he's no stranger to anyone in Horry County. It's Randall Wallace from Myrtle Beach, and he's going to come up and make some remarks. I've talked with him earlier, and we have a plan next month, and this is super sad, and it's happened so quickly that maybe most people haven't really come to terms with it. But everybody has a great story about Senator. And we'll hear him next month when we come back for our next meeting. But Randall couldn't wait, so we're going to hear from Randall.
I just, I want to say, this has been a long couple days, as you know. And I just wanted to urge y'all to consider what you're doing, what you're saying you're going to be doing, and honoring Lindsey Graham. And talk a little bit about him, because I don't know, having worked on the campaigns and all, that the public really knows what a friend to local government and to Horry County specifically in the city of Myrtle Beach, that Lindsey Graham really was. I used to serve on the city council in Myrtle Beach way back in the early 2000s. And so I can remember when we went for emergency funding for beach renourishment, we called Lindsey Graham and he was right there. The ocean outfall projects and the other beach renourishment projects that we've had through the years, the I-73 permitting, outside of our region, the Charleston port and the Georgetown port, and the Dillon Inland Port, the CDBG funding, which was in trouble in the Bush administration. I go back that far. I was on a special committee with the National League of Cities and the South Carolina Municipal Association, and who was the Republican senator that was the one we were working with on that, and Joe Biden was the Democratic senator, was Lindsey Graham. And, I hear a lot of people, the national politics muddles the water sometimes, but he really was a friend to us. And I know Councilman Allen's not here, but Councilman Loftus was serving when the city and the county got into a dispute over the airport terminal, where it was going to be. And if y'all remember, I was the city council member that voted 6-1 with y'all. I did that every now and then. I didn't quite have the flair that some other folks on my council had for that. But the reason that I was so much willing to try to help the county out and all that is I got a phone call from Lindsey Graham himself. That's how in tune to Horry County's and Myrtle Beach's needs he was. Because he had $40 million to help the county with the airport. And his exact words to me is, "Don't screw this up," or that was kind of paraphrased. I just want people to know, this was a friend to all of us. Councilman Anderson knows those days, because he and I were active in the municipal association. And so I'm preaching to the choir. I just would urge y'all to maybe consider that, especially right now while his sister is the senator of the next 6 months. And had that incredible staff that you could call and get anything you needed done. As Mr. Spivey and I just talked about the fire that they had at the apartments at Covington. He fixed the FEMA problem that they had. That staff is really important to be a part of whatever, that they can be a part of being honored. And I know, like I said, I'm preaching to the choir, and I appreciate y'all giving me that time and for people to really realize, hey, we have really lost a friend to Horry County and to local government in general. And with that, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you, sir. All right, with that, we'll go ahead and close public input. Move on to the approval of the agenda contents, if there's a motion. So moved. Thank you. All in favor, aye? Aye. That passes unanimously. The approval of the minutes from the regular meeting from June 16, 2026. There's a motion.
So moved.
Second. All in favor, aye? Aye. That passes. Now to the consent agenda. Is there a motion? Second. All in favor, aye? Passes unanimously. Presentations and resolutions. This is where we recognize the people that have hung around for 30 or more years, Horry County employees. And I'm told we have one tonight. Deputy Chief. Oh, let's see who we got. Renee. Ms. Hardwick.
You're trying to give me a new title tonight.
We all need an extra title on
Yes, sir.
weekends like we had.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, council. Dorothy, if you would please join me. This is Dorothy Green. She's been my friend 35 years, because that's how long she's been here. She has served since June of '91 for 35 years in different divisions, warrants, records, currently assigned to the 5th Precinct, where she daily meets the people that come in that need assistance and helps them. But she's also used her personal time to serve on the board for the Myrtle Beach Housing Authority for the past 20 years, and that's commendable, because there's a lot of people in need there, you know. So we really want to highlight her and appreciate her, and we appreciate what you've done. And on behalf of Horry County, it's my honor to present this to you.
Thank you.
All right. Does you want to say
Dorothy, would you like to
something?
say anything? Oh, sorry.
Thank everybody for the support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Job well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that's excellent. All right, moving right along. Now we're going to recognize the Horry County Police Department for their award as Agency of the Year from the South Carolina Annual Advocacy Association. And now we'll recognize Deputy Chief Justin Wyatt.
Good afternoon. Thank
Good
you.
evening, sir.
This year, the Horry County Police Department received an award from the South Carolina Animal Advocacy Association for our work with our animal control unit. This year, we were selected because we were forward-thinking. We went out, we have been trying, although we are not perfect, we try. And they recognize the fact that we do go out daily and that we try to do sometimes what is a thankless job. We understand that there is a challenge in our community of overpopulation of animals. And we do understand that we do have the support of our public and we do appreciate them. But because of that support and because of the hard work of the men and women that work under the animal control unit, we were awarded that award from the South Carolina Animal Advocacy Association this year. So we were proud to accept that on behalf of them. So thank you.
Thank you. Good job. Excellent. Thank you, Chief. Thank you very much. All right, we'll move right along to Resolution R 71-2026. This is to designate July as Parks and Recreations Month. Is there a motion?
So moved.
And a second. We will recognize Ray Dunham, and Mr. Gilreath.
He's coming. I'm going to let you introduce him.
There he is.
There's, members of council, chairman, I want to thank you personally for the things that you do to support the Parks and Rec Department. The things that they do are important to this community. That's seen in so many ways. And with that, I will say nothing else but introduce the fine staff of the Horry County Parks and Recreation Department and their director, Mr. Ray Dunham.
Thank you, Mr. Gilroy. Thank you, Council, for all of your support, and thank you for recognizing this resolution and celebrating Parks and Recreation Month with us. This is a National Recreation and Parks initiative to celebrate July as Parks and Recreation Month. Throughout the month, we will be highlighting some of our staff, our facilities, our programs, some of the maintenance and parks and things that we have within our particular agency. But as part of that celebration, really, I would like to say thank you to the staff. They're the ones behind me that really do the hard work on a day-to-day basis, serving our community. And it is really my honor and privilege to be able to work with them on a daily basis. So again, thank you for your support in celebrating Parks and Recreation Month with us.
one for, this is your vote, right? Did you fill it out? Did you fill it out? Okay.
All right, next is reading of ordinances. An amendment. All right, that was wonderful. We'll move right along to reading of ordinances, paragraph 13. This is third reading and public hearing of ordinance 30-2026 pursuant to the South Carolina Development Impact Fee Act of South Carolina, Title 6, Article 9, Chapter 1, Horry County, South Carolina is authorized to impose reasonable development impact fees for systems necessitated by new development. Is there a motion?
So move.
There is in the packet an amendment, actually amendments, if we could have a motion on those.
So move.
Second. All in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
The amendment passes. We'll go back, and before we vote on the final ordinance as amended, we'll open it up to public hearing. Does anyone here from the public wish to be heard? Come on up here, sir, and tell us your name. The same rules apply for this as we did earlier when you were here. We would love to hear what you got to say.
Good evening. My name is Stanley Haynes. I'm here as a representative of the Horry Georgetown Home Builders Association. First off, I'd just like to thank the council for being open and receptive to our members and staff that's reached out to you over the past couple months and listened to our concerns about the impact fees. It's great to have that kind of engagement from the council, and we are very grateful that you are open and receptive to us as we communicate with you. That being said, we'd be doing our members in the community a disservice if we did not put our concerns on the record tonight. Our association believes that the growth should pay for growth. That's a fair principle, and it's the standard the state's impact fee statute was built on. Our job tonight isn't to argue against the principle, it's to make sure we all keep sight of what these fees mean to the families who are trying to buy a home in Horry County right now. A house is where a job goes to sleep. Every teacher, nurse, deputy, and hospitality worker who keeps this county running needs a place to come home to at night. Right now, we are in a housing attainability crisis. Our housing attainability index shows that 65.1% of Horry County families cannot afford the median priced home in this county, a number already higher than the state average. That's not a statistic about somewhere else. That's our neighbors, our children's teachers, and the people who we work with in this building and work with throughout the whole county. We also want council to keep in mind where the cost of a new home is already coming from. More than a third of the price of a new home today is regulatory costs, and of that, 15.5% of that regulatory cost is the price and fees and taxes paid directly to government. Every dollar added at the local level stacks on top of costs that are already pricing working families out of home ownership. So our ask tonight isn't to stop the ordinance, it's to ask council to keep working with us as this fee structure is implemented, to revisit it as conditions change, and to remember that the goal isn't just growing, paying for itself, but it's also making sure Horry County families still have a place where they can call their own, raise a family, and start down the path of the American dream. Thank you for your time and your willingness to work with us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming out. Else? Hearing none, we will close public hearing on this and turn it over to council. Anyone from council? Mr. DeSabato.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, thank you for recognizing me. I'm going to vote in support of this, but I do want to just make notation on the record one more time that I do have concerns with the structure of this as it pertains to the chilling effect that's going to have on home affordability on the lower end income spectrum of these homes. So we are facing an affordability crisis. As we all know, the county is making efforts through the Horry County Community Land Trust to address some of those issues. I do think that there might have been a better plan here to address some of those lower priced homes and how this impact fee ordinance might have an effect on those types of homes. And I do think that this is a conversation from an affordability standpoint that we're going to have to address as a county as it pertains to impact fees going forward.
Yes, sir. Well said. And that's the good thing about this is that there is room as we develop, literally, no pun intended, as we develop our laws, we can take this into consideration. Anyone else from council? All right, hearing none, we'll vote on this as amended. All in favor, aye? Aye. Any opposed? That passes unanimously. We will move down to second reading and public hearing of ordinance 63-2026, approving and authorizing the county administrator to execute a quitclaim deed on behalf of Horry County to release a spoil easement on property owned by Chris Manning Builders LLC. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Anyone from the public wish to be heard on this? Hearing none. Anyone from council? Hearing none. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Next up is second reading and public hearing of ordinance 64-2026, approving and authorizing the county administrator to execute a lease agreement with the South Carolina Department of Motor Vehicles for office space at the Ralph Ellis Complex. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second. Anyone from the public wish to be heard? Hearing none. Anyone from council? Hearing none. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Next up is second reading and public hearing for ordinance 65-2026, amending Chapter 15 of the Code of Ordinances of Horry County as it pertains to development agreements. Is there a motion?
So move.
So, second.
Anyone from the public wish to be heard on this? Hearing none. Is there,
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to amend Section 15-115, item number 3, change the word shall to may.
any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion to change the word shall to may, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Going back to the main motion as amended, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes as amended. Thank you. Moving right along to paragraph 17, second reading and public hearing for ordinance 66-2026, amending Article 11 of the zoning ordinance as it pertains to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Is there a motion, Mr. DeSabato?
So moved.
Mr. Anderson? Anyone from the public? Hearing none. Mr. DeSabato, do you have a motion on this one?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to amend the ordinance in such a way that when seeking a variance of 50% or more on the rear and side setbacks, that the applicant may not seek less than 20 feet.
Not go less than, it'd be at least 20 feet. All right, any discussion?
Second.
Have a motion and a second, no discussion. All in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Go back to the original ordinance as amended. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. That passes as amended. Paragraph 18 and 19 will be treated as one ordinance. There are two ordinances. It's 68 and 69, 2026. It's second reading, it's public hearing, and it's to approve a development agreement with Star Bluff Properties LLC and to rezone PIN number 316-000-00036 from commercial forest agriculture to multi-residential. Mr. Causey, is there a motion? One motion for 18 and 19.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All right, anyone from the public wish to be heard on either of these? Come on up here and, for the record, tell us your name, and it's the same rules apply as before.
I'm Tandra Hodum. I don't have much prepared for this, but I was just going to note that this parcel is in a scenic and conservation area, and it is also very near to a large conservation area that's owned by the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources. It has jurisdictional wetlands within it, and it would really make more sense to expand the state's conservation area instead of developing this specific area that hasn't been developed or anything like that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, we will close public hearing and go back to county council. Mr. Causey, is there an amendment?
Amendment is in our packet, Mr. Chairman. I need to make a motion.
Yes, sir.
Motion to amend, as is in the packet.
Second? Any second? We have a second. Any discussion on the amendments that are contained in the packet? Hearing none, all in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Amendment passes unanimously. Back to the original motion. This is 68 and 69. One vote for both motions. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Moving forward to second reading and public hearing on the following ordinances to amend the official zoning maps. Ordinance 67-2026, Bolton and Mink, agent for RCEEE Corporation. Mr. Crawford.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Public wish to be heard on this? Hearing none. Anyone from council? Hearing none. All in favor, aye.
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 Ayes have it. Next up is ordinance 70-2026, Carlos Antunez, Mr. Loftus.
Move to approve.
Second.
Anyone from the public? Hearing none. Anyone from council? Hearing none. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Ordinance 71-2026, Nina Velez Martinez, Mr. Hardy.
So moved, Mr. Chairman. Second.
Anyone from the public wish to be heard on this? Hearing none. Anyone from council? Hearing none. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Next up is ordinance 72-2026, James McDowell, agent for Deborah Ann Pryor, Mr. Hardy.
So moved. Second.
Anyone from the public? Hearing none. Anyone from council? Hearing none. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Next up is second reading and public hearing of ordinance 73-2026 to approve the development agreement with Pulte Home Company LLC for the Pine Ridge Residential Tract to provide a connection of Carolina Bays Parkway to Highway 17 bypass and limit the allowed density of the tract. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second. Anyone from the public wish to be heard on this? Hearing none, we'll go back to the amendments that are contained in the packet. Is there a motion for these amendments?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the amendments contained in the packet, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, back to the original motion as amended. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that passes unanimously. Moving forward to first reading of ordinance 76-2026 to approve the request to amend the official zoning maps of Horry County to rezone PIN number 2691504010 from limited forest agriculture to residential MSF 14.5. Mr. Hardy, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we downzone it from MS 14.5 to MF 20.
All right, did everybody understand the motion?
SF 20.
All right, we have a
So the motion, just point of order, Mr. Chairman, the motion,
I think
so
I got
it's
you.
on the floor, and then
We're gonna
there's a
get it on the
motion
floor.
to change the zoning classification?
Yeah, I think we're going to, Mr. Hardy, let me, if you don't mind, we got it on the floor with one motion. Mr. DeSabato, a second motion, put it on
yeah.
the floor. Mr. Hardy, a motion to amend. Go ahead and state your amendment, please, for the record.
Yeah. We want to change the zoning from MSF 14.5 to a downzoning of SF 20.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Back to the original ordinance as amended. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. That passes as amended. Next up is Dr. Duke's first reading of ordinance 77-2026 to approve the request to amend the official zoning maps for Horry County as to rezone PIN number 3041-204-0056 from commercial forest agriculture to retail with accessory outdoor storage. Dr. Dukes?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Next up is the vote on the Solid Waste Authority Board of Director appointment, one position available. We have I was going to say we have the votes completed and tabulated by our clerk, and it is a tie. We have 5-5. What we normally do is we vote again, but if we're 5-5, let me ask this, is there anybody here thinks that another vote would not change the outcome?
May we defer this to the next meeting when we have a full council?
I think that's probably the right thing to do.
No, there's only 10 of us here today.
Yeah.
There's
It's
only
going to be
10
the
of us
same, we're
here
going to
today.
be, let's go one more vote, and if that doesn't work, we'll defer it.
Go down the line and say you're changing your vote.
Well, no, we're going to do it this way, I don't want anybody. All right, while that's happening, that's going to take a few. Yes, sir. Yes. Oh, I forgot to. What? Thank you for that. It's paragraph number 12 for anybody keeping score at home. We have a motion and a second. All in favor of Resolution R 71-2026, the Parks and Recreation Month for July, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. All right. While the vote is taking place or being counted, I'll just remind everybody that upcoming meetings are listed on the agenda, but please pay attention to our website because sometimes they change. For example, our Transportation Committee has been so efficient that they will not meet in July, but everybody else is going to meet as scheduled so far. We do not have an executive session tonight, and waiting on Ms. Nielsen to tabulate the votes. Yeah, we're going to go into memorial. Who wants to start us off? Mr. Hardy, you go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Rodney Holmes, Molly Faye Skipper Long, and Shelby Collins Cox.
Mr. Kenneth Hucks.
Yes, sir. Dr. Dukes?
Mr. Dan Smith and his wife, Mrs. Ruth Smith.
Anyone else? Mr. Anderson?
Linda Vereen, Emma Ann Benton, Deborah K. Lee, Eileen Roth Abrams, Joe Nichols, Mike Prosser, Alma Lyerly, and Irma Barker.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else? Okay, we will honor these individuals by closing our meeting tonight in their memory. And for those keeping score about the vote, it is the same. It's a 5-5 tie. So we'll entertain a motion to defer that to the next meeting.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. And I believe that concludes the business of the county for tonight. Motion to close tonight's meeting. We are adjourned.